What is up, you sexy beasts? Hope you guys have been well. The semi-final season is over and there were lots of interesting things that took place, and I thought I was just catching up on some of the semi-finals I didn't get to watch, and I thought, why not update you guys as well? If you didn't quite follow along, like who qualified, who didn't qualify, let's do a quick little update video and look at all the drama that took place during the semi-finals. We're going to start with the North American East region. That was week number 1. They had 60 athletes on the men's and ladies side compete, and they had 11 spots to qualify on the ladies side and 12 spots to qualify on the men's side. Now, I would say the two favorites to win this region would have been Mel O'Brien and Roman Krinikov. Obviously, Mel pulled out of the season, so it was kind of like wide open on the ladies' side as to who was going to win that. And then Roman was the obvious choice for the winner there, as he came second at the games last year. But in fact, it was the Canadian Jeffrey Adler who took it out on the men's side, and then my man Jason Hopper in second place. I am calling it now. Jason Hopper is going to end up on the podium at the CrossFit Games this year. Just throwing it out there. Okay, I might be a little bit biased, but and then the young Dallin Pepper came in third, and then Roman Krinikov actually in fourth place. So I don't know, does that raise any questions about how legit he really is, or is it just that he is more suited to the longer CrossFit Games week? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think of Roman Krinikov's performance and coming fourth at the semi-final? Both Saxon and Spencer Panchik were competing at this event. Saxon Panchik had to pull out, unfortunately, and Spencer made it into the 12th spot. He got that very last spot. We also had two very exciting rookies on the men's side qualify this year, and that is Jack Farlow. He is the boyfriend of Emma Lawson. Extremely strong boy. I believe he snatched 305 pounds, which was, I think, equal top score or maybe up there around the world. Very exciting young athlete. He qualified in 10th place. And then James Sprague, I really like this kid. He qualified in 11th place, and again, just narrowly missed out by one spot last year and finally made it this year. And lastly, on the men's side, we had some CrossFit Mayhem team athletes go individual this year. That is Sam Cornier and Luke Parker, and they both also qualified. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go as individuals at the CrossFit Games. On the ladies' side, we had young Emma Carey win the semi-final after taking last year off due to a back injury. We had Daniel Brandon in second place, and then a very, very strong performance by Amanda Barnard coming in third place. Now, arguably the biggest news from the semi-finals is that Brooke Wells did not qualify for the CrossFit Games. She came in 14th place. There were only 11 spots, but her sister Sydney did qualify in 7th place, which is amazing for someone who has not really been doing CrossFit for that long. I believe Brooke may have been injured, so hopefully she recovers soon and we'll see her back at the CrossFit Games next year. And then another name that I was really hoping to see go to the CrossFit Games as a rookie this year was Annika Greer. She came in 12th place, just missing out by one spot. And obviously a lot of you guys will know her story last season, not submitting a quarterfinal score within the deadline and missing out on going to semifinals. And then this year at semis, missing out by one spot. So hopefully that adversary just makes us stronger. Wow. Hopefully she comes back next year and qualifies confidently. On the same weekend, we had Africa. Now, Africa had 30 males and 30 females compete. They only have one spot available. And the man, Jason Smith, made a comeback after coming second last year and missing out. And he's qualified once again. The man is, listen to this, the man is 39 years old. What a legend, Jason Smith. Love the guy. And then on the ladies' side, Michelle Basnett has made it again. She missed out also last year. I think she came third at the semifinal last year. So she's back again. Jason and Michelle, the top dogs in Africa. Moving on to week number 2 and the North American West region. They had 60 men and 60 women compete, with 10 spots for the ladies available and 9 spots for the men. Now, this is arguably the most exciting men's field out of all the semis. We have your reigning defending champion, Justin Medeiros, taking on the Canadians, Pat Vellner and Brent Fikowski. And the question always is, who's it going to be out of those three? Because it's never a given at the semi-final level. And then on the ladies' side, the big question was, can Katrin Davis-Daughter make it back to the CrossFit Games? And has training with the HWPO crew made any difference to her performance? Now, if you haven't been following along, the results might surprise you. Justin Medeiros finished or qualified in 5th place. So perhaps not what we might expect, but again, it's the semifinals. It's not really what matters. The the CrossFit Games is ultimately what matters. Mr. Paddy V took it out. Brent Fikowski in second place, and HWPO athlete Samuel Quant in third place. I know I keep going on about these guys, but the athletes are performing pretty well this year. A couple of other great stories is that Chandler Smith is going back to the CrossFit Games after missing out last year. He qualified in sixth place. And then Cole Sager is going back for his 10th CrossFit Games. He took the last spot in ninth place. So good to see Cole going back. On the ladies' side, we had Pocket Rocket Alex Kazan take it out. And then, who's in second place? Katrin Davis-daughter. How exciting is that? To not qualify last year, to come back and finish in second place in a very stacked field. That's pretty exciting. So we'll see how she stacks up at the CrossFit Games with all these new names in the mix. And in third place, the very consistent Ariel Lowen. Now, if you look down the ladies list below 10th place, there are a bunch of CrossFit Games names that you might recognize that did not qualify. Probably the most prominent one is Danny Spiegel. She did not make it. She missed out by one spot. You have Lauren Fisher, Alison Scudds, Sydney Michalician, Rebecca Fouchlier. Change your surnames, honestly. So just a bunch of well-known names that didn't quite make it through. And one athlete that I thought would make a statement this year was Chloe Wilson. She came in 12th place, missing out by 2 spots. Moving on to the best region in the whole entire world, the Oceania region. There was lots of drama, lots of storylines. On the men's side, we were missing Ricky Garrard, arguably the favorite to win the CrossFit Games this year. Khan Porter was missing, Royce Dunn was missing, and Baden Brown was missing. 4 really good CrossFit Games athletes on the men's side. And then obviously on the ladies' side, Tia-Clair Toomey missing, and also Cara Saunders. So there was a bit of availability on the podium, shall we say. On the men's side, we had my man Jay Crouch, repeat champion, 2022 and 2023 Torium Pro champion. In second place, the youngster from New Zealand, Bailey Martin. This guy is electric. Look out for him at the CrossFit Games. I feel like he's a type of athlete who could do really well and have some really good home run events at the CrossFit Games. And then Big Daddy, Jake Douglas. I am so happy. Out of everything that happened that weekend, seeing Jake Douglas qualify was, for me, the moment of the weekend. I love that guy, and I look forward to actually joining him at HWPO HQ leading up to the CrossFit Games. So the dad, 33-year-old, I believe, maybe 32, doesn't matter. The man is qualified, that's all that matters. So no massive surprises on the men's side. I think those 3 were probably the favorites. I also have to mention my man James Newbury finishing top 10 at the Torium Pro in 9th place. What a dude. Okay, on the ladies' side, there were a bunch of youngsters just chomping at the bit to go to the CrossFit Games. And the question was, could Ellie Turner fend them off and be the queen of the Torium Pro? And the answer is yes. She won the Torium Pro, so well done, Ellie. And then in second place, Jamie Simmons. So great to see Jamie back. For those of you who don't know, Jamie came second or third? Third place. She came in third place. Jamie Simmons came in third place at the 2019 Wow. She is the real deal. She's had some injuries. She just missed out narrowly last year. And it's good to have Jamie back in the mix. She's definitely the kind of athlete who excels at the CrossFit Games. Very athletic, very well-rounded. I think most people expected those 2 to be the top 2 for the weekend. And in third place, it was kind of like a toss-up, I would say, between Maddie Sturt, who just missed out in 4th place last year, and Caitlin Van Zale, who won the quarterfinals. I think people probably expected one of those 2 to take that 3rd spot. But I couldn't be happier for Emily DeRoy. She's 22 years old, and she's got that fight in her. She's a great athlete, and I'm, again, very excited to see her at the CrossFit Games. Very raw, very gutsy, and funny story. The night after the Torian, we were at the after party, and then we got we got hungry, so we dropped into McDonald's, and it was like midnight, maybe 1 in the morning, and who was there? Eating a Big Mac, I think. Emily DeRoy, rookie CrossFit Games athlete. So that's going to be great to see how she does. Amazing swimmer, which obviously is always something that's included at the CrossFit Games. And if you're a good swimmer, often there's great carryover into other areas of fitness. So that is the Oceania region. South America, obviously on the men's side, the household name, the king of that area is Guy Malheiros. But unfortunately, he's missed out this year and he's finished in 3rd place. They only had 2 spots on the men's side and 2 spots on the ladies' side out of 30 athletes. So we had Kaiki Kerveni take out the South American region. And in 2nd place, Kalian Kalyan Souza. And then Guy in third place. And then on the ladies' side, I will always claim Victoria Campos as my athlete. I've mentioned Wykie on here a bunch. She started CrossFit at my gym back in the day. But Wykie, again, won the South American region, which is great. And in second place, we had Alexia Williams from Argentina. Moving on to the last weekend of the semifinals. And we had Europe. Europe had 60 men and 60 women competing, and they had 11 spots on both the men's and ladies' side. No real surprises on the men's side. Everyone that I think we expected to qualify qualified. We had Lazar Dukic take it out. We had Henrik Happelainen in second place, and Moritz Verbig from Germany in third place. And from what I've seen, he's a bit of a showman. I've heard that the crowd absolutely love him. So I'm looking forward to him continuing to mature as an athlete at the games and become a bit of a fan favorite. The ladies field in Europe is probably the most stacked, and it's probably the most anticipated ladies competition of the semifinals. We've got all the Icelandic girls. We have Gabby Magawa, we have Laura Horvath. And let's see, in first place on the ladies side, youngster Gabby Magawa took it out. She bet Annie Thorisdottir, who came in second, which is great. And I think this is probably Annie's best chance this year to podium again at the CrossFit Games with both Tia and Mal out. I know that sucks to say, but it's kind of true. But I think she's got a genuine chance to not only podium, but maybe even win it. So much experience, you know, just that mum strength. She's amazing. She bet Laura Horvath at the semis. Laura came in third. And then some athletes that unfortunately missed out, some names you might recognize: Jacqueline Dahlstrom, Thuri Helgadottir, and unfortunately, Sarah Sigmundsdottir. I think a lot of people were hoping that she would be, fit enough and strong enough again to qualify. She's definitely made some progress, and hopefully next year she can make it, but she just wasn't quite there this year. She finished in 19th place. And lastly, the Asia region. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know much about this region or the athletes in this region, but they had 30 athletes on both the men's and ladies' side compete, with 2 spots available both on the men's and ladies' side. On the men's side, we had Arthur Simonin take it out, and then in second place, actually, I do know Ant Haynes. Ant Haynes in second place. He used to compete in our region here, and I believe he's been struggling to qualify for many years now, so I'm really happy to see Ant make it back to the CrossFit Games. I think he's the most ripped guy in CrossFit. Look out for Ant Haynes. Go look him up after this. He is just chiseled. And on the ladies' side, we have Shahur Kaya and Shahad Budebs. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to try and correct my pronunciation because it's terrible. But that is a little update on who qualified and who missed out on the 2023 CrossFit Games semifinals. So if you haven't been following along, hopefully now you're updated. And next on the list is the CrossFit Games. My tribe, get in the comments. Let me know what was your favorite moments from the semifinals, who surprised you and performed better than you thought they would, and who disappointed and did not do as well as you thought they would. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. I have got lots to update you on. So I think tomorrow I'm going to do a good old update video on life, the new ice bath, coming off my scooter in Bali, and a bunch of other things. So stay tuned. I'll get a bit of a life update video out very soon. You stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.